What is up, guys? It's DJ
and Nicole,
and welcome back to another video.
Oh, you just hit me in the eyes.
Welcome to another Halloween episode countdown. Today we're going to be doing...
We're not going to be doing anything. We're going to be reading scary stories what we're going to be doing.
Can you just let me do my thing? They're waiting for me to do my thing.
No, they want me to do it instead.
No. Alright, today we're going to be reading scary stories out of this. Now, this was put together by Nicole's mom. Thank you, Beth. I'm excited to read what's in here. We got a couple stories for you guys. Hopefully you like them. They're not the scariest. Maybe because we're reading them, but...
Just looking at us will be scary enough, so...
Let's do...
Yes.
When we come to see the teddy bear.
One night, a young boy is fast asleep in his bed. He is jolted awake when he hears loud footsteps outside his door. He is terrified, so he just peeks out of the cracks of his eyes, just to see what is happening. His door swings open quickly to reveal a man carrying corpses of his parents. The man silently props them up against the wall, and using his parents' blood, he writes something on the wall. He then slowly crawls under the child's bed. The child is scared beyond belief. He can't read the writing on the wall and knows the man is under his bed. Like any child, he pretends he's sleeping. The room is so quiet that he can hear the man breathing under his bed. An hour passes, and his eyes are adjusting more and more to the darkness. He tries to make out the words on the wall, but it's just a struggle. He gasps when he finally makes out the sentence on the wall, and it reads, "I know you're awake."
One night, a father and his daughter were driving down a deserted country road. They were returning home after visiting the girl's mom in the hospital. Listening to the sound of the rain drumming on the car roof, the girl dozes off. Suddenly, there's a loud bang. The father struggles to keep the car on the road, but it skids off the wet road and slams into a stone wall. Luckily, neither of them were injured, but when the father got out to look at the damage, he noticed that both tires had large punctures in them. He explained to his daughter that they must have driven over something in the road. She said, "You can fix it, right?" Her father just shook his head and told her that there was only one spare in the trunk, so he would have to walk back to town and find someone to tow the car. He said, "Don't worry, the town was not very far, and with the pouring rain, you can just wait in the car. I won't be long." Reluctantly, she said okay, but begged him not to take long. She watched in the rearview mirror as he trudged off down the road in the pouring rain and disappeared into the night. More than an hour had passed and her father still had not returned. The girl became even more scared and wondered what was taking him so long. She knew he should be back by now. Just then she glanced up in the rearview mirror and saw a figure in the distance walking towards the car. At first she thought it was her father, but when she turned around to take a closer look, she realized it was a strange man. He was dressed in overalls with a big bushy beard. He was clutching something in his left hand and swinging it back and forth. She felt a chill go up and down her spine. She squinted in darkness to see what it was he was carrying and noticed in his right hand he had a huge shiny butcher knife. Terrified, she quickly checked to make sure all of the doors were locked. When she looked up again, she saw that the strange man had stopped in his tracks and just seemed to be staring directly at her. Just then, the man lifted his arm and the girl gave out a blood-curdling scream. She could now see what he was clutching in his left hand. It was her father's head. She just kept screaming. She couldn't stop herself. Her heart was pounding so hard she felt like it would explode. The grotesque expression on her father's face was horrifying. His mouth was hanging open and his eyes rolled back into his head. When the man reached the car, he pressed his face right up against the window and glared at her with his crazed, bloodshot eyes. His hair was matted with dirt and he had scars all over his face. He stood there for a few minutes, and then, grinning with his half-rotten teeth, he reached into his pocket and slowly pulled something out. He was holding her father's car keys.
One evening, a girl came home from school and found her house empty. Her mother had left a sticky note on the fridge that said, "Your father is working late. I am shopping and your brothers are at soccer practice. The girl was a little bit nervous about being all alone, so she checked to make sure all the doors were locked. She hung her keys on the hook by the hall table and ran upstairs to change. As she was changing, she noticed a sticky note on her bed that said, "There was someone in the house." She assumed it was one of her brothers just playing a trick on her, so she crumpled up the note and threw it away. Okay, really funny guys, what happened? Did you miss soccer practice? Nobody answered. Hey, I know you're here, and if I find you went through my stuff again, you're dead. She then went downstairs to get something to eat. When she opened the fridge, she saw another sticky note and it said, "There is nobody here but you and me." She dropped the note and said, "Hey guys, stop it. This isn't funny anymore." Again, there was no answer. The girl went to the front door and tried the knob, but it was locked. She went to grab her keys and they were gone. Then she glanced back at the counter where she laid her phone and it was gone, but in its place was another sticky note. It read, "You are not going anywhere." She screamed and picked up the house phone to call the police, but there was no dial tone and she looked down to see that the phone line had been cut. There was another note on the floor that said, "No phone, no police, no way out." Trembling with fear, she ran to the back door, but when she turned that handle, she found that it was locked too. She spotted another sticky note that said, "Look up." She looked up and saw her pet cat's beard through the heart and stuck to the ceiling. She screamed in terror, ran to the nearest window, and tried punching and kicking it, but she could not smash the glass. It wouldn't even crack. There was another sticky note on the window that said, "You can't catch a break." She then realized she needed something to defend herself, so she ran to the kitchen and opened the knife drawer. It was empty, but there was a sticky note that said, "Children shouldn't play with sharp things." She ran upstairs and locked her bedroom door. She checked underneath her bed and closet to confirm nobody was there. She breathed a sigh of relief. Just then, the TV turned on by itself. On the screen, there was another sticky note that said, "Now I have you right where I want you." The girl flew into a panic and started screaming, "Help! Somebody help me!" Just then, she remembered her laptop. She flipped it open and quickly sent an email to her best friend. "Help! This is not a joke. Call the cops. There was someone in my house." Minutes later, she heard sirens outside and she heard the police break open her front door. 2 police officers burst into her room and found her cowering in the corner and shaking with fear. The police searched every inch of the house, but no one was found. As they were interviewing her, one of the officers noticed a sticky note on her back. He pulled it off her and handed it to her. It read, "I was this close." Alright, I got one last story for you guys, and this one is a special one.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Let's hear it.
Alright, one night, a boyfriend and a girlfriend were together in a dark room. Now the girlfriend had been really naggy over the past few days, and it was annoying the boyfriend to a point where he was gonna break. One night, she finally pushed him over the edge. So when he seen her, he walked right up to her, said, "I hate you." And then he killed her.
Oh my fucking god!
Storytime's over. Get out of my house.
It got on my lips. In my fucking
Wait,
eye.
what? How did that happen?
Cause this shit is everywhere. Get it off. Get it off.
I can't handle it. Bitch, don't sneak up on me.
Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, please smash the like button. It'll help us out a lot. Tell your friends, share, subscribe again. Comment. Tell us what you guys want to see next time. We'll do whatever you guys want. Because it's all...
Whoa. I wouldn't go that far.
We will see you guys next time for another scary video. Peace.